Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 10.41. And I want to say good morning, Lawless. Are you watching today, my friend? But we're going to continue all of this. Our battles in North Africa. Oh boy, we just lost 3 subs out here. Okay, well, let's take a quick look. We've won that battle, but let's see if we can... Oh, you're not... Oh, you're going home to get repaired? Good. Let's move you. Convoy raiding passive here. Just move... Oh, I think I know. No. Okay, you're down to 1 sub, so you're going to stop. Let's head you back up to there. Okay, you guys now, maybe we have a few too many people hunting for you. Let's try out here. Shift areas, maybe nothing there. They route convoys around. Okay, you're going back and getting there. That's fine. And tell me what your tactical goals are for this playthrough then. There will be an episode coming early, either Monday or Tuesday, that is just on my goals coming up for what's happening. So I'm not going to go into them now during this episode. So you can check that out then. Exurgent. Not that I don't want to, just because people watching it will just recently have seen it. Don't need to go through it all again. Paradox works like this, but it's a shame. Yeah, I hear you. Just know that they do, and either don't buy their stuff or wait till their stuff is developed and then buy it. Is my answer to that. Okay. Right. This battle we won that. They're moving down there. Okay. You attack across. I was going to wait till they came down here, but you attack there. And you attack there. That way we're hitting them from 2 sides. Maybe get before this heavy artillery unit. Basically all artillery and reconnaissance. Maybe can retreat. Okay, you can start coming back up to a port. Yep, no goals. Okay, artillery unit command and control. Both of those are appear to be done because I probably started them at the same time. Right. Well, let's come back up here. Let's do medium artillery brigades, pushing ahead on some of this stuff, and we can do improved tank destroyers. Do you have a start date for when you start TRE in your mind yet? Well, I was working on TRE a little bit a couple of days ago, looking in at the if you're start working on it, because otherwise start date is 1936, or if I'm not understanding the question, but I'm taking it to working on it. I was looking into the science minister stuff and saw serious problems with the Black Ice science minister stuff, and then I wanted to check out, why are you still over here? You don't need to be doing this. Let's send you over this one. And so then I wanted to download the newest version to see if it had been fixed before I start bitching about it, and then I couldn't download the newest version. Now I've since downloaded it, but I haven't gone back and looked at it. my biggest problem, as Exergen knows, and I'm going to say it again, is because okay, I still someday, if ever, Paradox and I want to work something out to turn TRE, and they know what it is. Turn it into a DLC for Hearts of Iron 4. Great, I'll work with them on it. But it's only going to be Hearts of Iron 4. Third Reich events will only be done as a DLC. I don't have enough time or interest to build it all over again and keep supporting it for new releases of games and whatnot without a significant financial reason for it. So unless somebody really wants to not just the Hoffmanator, Sircon, Sutoyjet, and Chief, thank you for your support over on Patreon. And does support work on Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice. Not Black, but TRE 4 Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice. Boy, I should learn how to talk. Shouldn't I? So no, that don't worry, that is staying a thing. But Hearts of Iron 4 TRE is only going to be a DLC if ever released. A major motivation for me to keep updating TRE is me wanting to play it. Okay, people? And I don't want to play it without 8 brigades as it currently is. So, that's a major technical element. Mental support, yes. So I'm not going to release it until I get a suitable 8 brigade situation working for it. I know a few people have suggested, no, we should just remove, and that was one of the options, remove the transport elements. Well, as modding Black Ice, to have to remove all of these and then change all of the stuff, it would be it's a bigger hassle, people. I mean, it seems like simpler, but actually it's a bigger hassle from my end and supporting everything. And so can't play without TRE. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, so I want to get the that done, the 8 brigades, but they've added a new minister type that so far looking at, they call it science minister, but I'm just so far looking at Germany. Maybe they did it differently, but so far looking at it, it just looks like alternative production minister. But I don't know. I think they give more benefit to research than to actual production of vehicles. So yeah, it just sort of seems that way. Right. Okay. We're going to put you on board ship because all of your units are out there, and not very. All of your units are there, so Papa Hoth, HQ. I think I have enough panzer divisions down there. So you guys are going to come to here, because I want to pick up some of the airborne units and move you somewhere else. And so TRE needs to remove science ministers from everywhere, or it needs to support science ministers as part of Germany. And so I guess if anybody, and I do have a couple of sciencey people from Hearts of Iron 4, just if you don't know, I am all the work that I did of new events for Hearts of Iron 4 TRE, I'm backporting as best I can to Hearts of Iron 3 TRE, and so there's new content coming there. There's a couple of people I don't remember their names, but minor figures that might become science ministers. and I need to research both the people they've put in, because I was Googling the people that they put in as science ministers. And God, it's a shit show. I can't think of another way. Hey, Toy Jet. It's a shit show. They have, is it Krupp? Is it Alfred Krupp? So there's father and son, and I don't know the father. The father, they have him as a science minister, and I haven't played enough of the game, and maybe there's something here in the game, but for Germany, looking up who he is, and I'd heard of him, and I have a book on Krupp over on my bookshelf, not just on him, but I mean on the company, which of course I have never fully read it. I've read parts of it, but can't say that I've read the book. I have the book, read a few bits and pieces. I think it's in 1941 he has a stroke, and by 1943 or something he dies, but sometime after 1941 his son sort of takes over the company. So you're giving me a science minister that's gone in like the first year or so of the war? Do they have a death event for them and all that stuff? Yeah, and well, the other thing is, and what made me want to look, and the new thing is a bunch, I mean like 4 or 5 of the German former intelligence ministers, they're all get moved over to science ministers and are just generic science ministers. So I don't know if this is a bad copy and paste thing, and if it's still in the regular version. That's why I was trying to download the newest version to see if they fixed it, because a bunch of them, they don't make any sense as science ministers. I mean, they don't make any sense as science ministers. And since they're all apparently, at least quickly looking at it, and that's why I started diverting from things. You find things when you look in codes, people. They're all the same type of science minister, so it's just a different name and a different picture. So if they just needed to fill a slot, to make sure that we have enough, we have one of this type for Germany, okay, fine, but you don't need 4 or 5 of them. And it wasn't additive, because some of the ministers have, like Goering and TRE has both a production minister slot as head of the 4-year program, and Air Force Luftwaffe minister slot as part of the Luftwaffe. So he can have 2 jobs at the same time, or so he's in both things, and that's fine. And so these were just moved, not added. So yeah, I'm I don't know. Commit no Belgium. Okay, whatever. Mechanized HQs advance. And we're going to move that to Panzer Grenadiers HQs for SS Panzer Grenadiers. Maybe science is the wrong name for the position, and we should call it Secret Tech Project Minister. Well, I don't know how it's used in other nations. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, it wasn't SS people. It was more regular people. It wasn't, because, yes, I was thinking of Hans Kammler, Dornbringer. I think I have that, the Army's guy who is leading the V1 project, up in because there's both there's a Luftwaffe section and a Army section for Peenemünde, that then, yes, it all ends up eventually under the SS and under Hans Kammler. But so I was thinking Dornbringer. Now they do have Werner von Braun, so that he's right, for a science minister. And I get the idea that it's not necessarily, somebody really with the title of Minister of Science. But, and I get the idea that it's maybe more for the idea of research and development, but what does your naval build look like? Well, not too much right now, Arno. We have one light cruiser about ready to become production out of it. Some submarines, more submarines, some long-range submarines, 2 destroyers coming out. Some landing craft, more submarines, mostly submarines and landing craft. So it's not that big. Okay, we have this is now being a bit hard fought. Oh, but we've got a lot of divisions here. Okay. You come to here, but you come to here and push on hard. Okay. They're retreating from here. Now let's look at our terrain. Let's go to the ugly simplified map terrain. Well, we have some hills here. But it looks like we're done with our mountains until we get down, unless we want to come in and support here. So, I'm bringing down him mostly just to get this guy down in this area and organize up and remove the mountain divisions from the Luftwaffe Corps, because it's going back to Sicily. We're going to be moving these guys east, west, south. I don't know, but okay, yeah. I'm going to keep an Africa Corps functioning down here during Barbarossa. But you're right, and I did talk about in the video. Once we get this sort of area defeated, and Barbarossa is happening in 42, so we won't get too many Panzer units stuck down here. We might have a division or 2. I'm hoping not more than that down here. So we're not going deep with stuff that I'm wanting to use in. The Soviet Union. Okay, we now have. I want to look here. Their supply. Okay, their supply consumption is much higher. But switch attention is. This is where it crashed before. Okay, good. Just always. I recently had a crash yesterday, I think it was, when I was trying to zoom in or zoom out, and I kept trying it after it started to save, and that crashes. Once it's starting to save, just sort of very much try to back off everything. Okay, where you're going? Oh, you're just generally going east. Okay, well, for the moment, let's... Well, let's give you to. Was there? Here. See, for someone who hasn't played A3, what gameplay advantage does kicking the Brits out of Africa offer? Only controls the Suez Canal, or sure, there is victory points. Taking victory points away from the enemy moves them closer, in theory, to surrender. There are some events and things, but mostly, and if also we can come to here, resources are taken away. No, it's, I guess, here. Now we're only, it's a base of 1 rare material. Obviously, we're not getting very much back from it. Oh, we need to yes, we are bringing out resources. So we're taking away resources from Britain and adding resources to Germany, minor, because they're in occupied territories kind of things. A little bit of oil from out here. Yes, we're getting ready for a Tannenberg. And to talk more about why in the other episode. The people watching the episodes in order will. And yes, I make a few episodes on my own, and some are here live. Obviously, this is a live one. Okay. Now we're getting ready to do two things. One, yes, we are getting ready to go after Switzerland. I think mostly without air power because the Luftwaffe is getting ready to take out Malta. So we're putting up some fighters, and it will be a Luftwaffe. At least the plan is a Luftwaffe only. Air power and paratroopers. Now we might end up needing, and we'll see what the strength of Malta's defenders look like. And if we need to do a naval invasion, partially, not that we don't have enough paratroopers, I think we clearly do. What we don't necessarily have is enough planes to jump all the paratroopers at once. I'm going to combine Condor Legion. So this is an special escorting of Ju-87s. So big event. Yes, I don't know if we even can do a naval invasion unless we control Algeria. So I don't know if we can take out Gibraltar, but we're denying as much of the Mediterranean as an operational area as we can. Oh, there are also, if you don't know what benefits of it, there are scripted invasions because the AI, for the motherland, the AI did lots of suicide invasions. Paradox changed things in the base code that we cannot touch, and the AI stopped doing much invasions. Well, they should have a switch that turns back on, at least for Britain and for America, those invasions. Once Germany's at war with the Soviet Union, the suicide invasions are no longer as suicide because Germany is heavily occupied. They have supposedly made marine units are more. If you have a bunch of marine units in an AI nation, the AI will more likely do invasions. So they've added more than historical marine units to America, and I think to Britain to create more invasions. But to compensate for things, they have scripted invasions of the Torch landings, of D-Day. Now, it's not necessarily happening here. D-Day might happen out here, might happen over here. It's a variable positional setup, so you don't know where it is always going to happen. So they put a lot of effort into the D-Day invasions. Now, if you take away, there are checks to do some of the scripted invasions like into Sicily or something for control of certain places. Well, if we can keep that from happening, we won't see the scripted invasions. At least we shouldn't. I mean, coding isn't always perfect. So like I say, I don't know if we have enough transport planes to do a big enough parachute drop to take out. So what we're going to do is, before we start, we're going to use the air power to continue to bomb the Royal Navy at sea. Oh, and you see these supplies, the German units in Italian areas. Germany should be sending, and I think it is, replacement supplies. So even though they're eating, as it were, Italian supplies right now, I almost said pasta, but yeah, you get the idea. Or fuel. Germany ends up paying the bills for German use, but it still needs to come through Italian transport sources. So Italy needs to do the transport priority. So sometimes it may not be terribly good, but we can see it's particularly good. Oh, I think this is, yeah, too far away. So we need you closer. We'll move you to here. Medium bombers can make it there, but okay. How are you doing? Okay, you're doing just fine. We'll have you a little bit more over here, striking this area. Hopefully identifying and sinking submarines. We're going to, yeah, we can just, that single C zone. Okay, hopefully none of those will wreck our, because we're just doing naval strikes, we'll wreck our Air Force, and we have several fighter groups up in that area, so if they are partially, oh, they can't make it there either. Okay, let's move them down to here, and to Calabria. Oh, well, maybe we should just move them to there. Yeah, that does it, but we'll see. Right, okay, so we're doing this. When does Vichy France join the Axis? Well, it wouldn't happen until 42 anyways, unless I'm influencing things. So when I can get them into the Axis, I will definitely move German occupation forces to help out. A plane running on pasta. An aeroplane. Aha. That's cool. Yeah, we want to control the med. That is definitely the plan there. I am very strong in the belief that had Germany in 41 secured the Mediterranean, it would have made a huge difference. Huge difference. Not saying the Allies wouldn't eventually win, but I definitely say it's what's required for Germany to be able to win. Okay. After getting all that done, I save a lot just because of crashing problems, and I don't want to have to go too far back. All right. Now, okay, we have enough armor. Now we need to look at this. I've only invaded Switzerland a few times, so we need to look here. We need to get these two provinces. They have all of the victory points. 1 point. Okay, so once we take those, that should end Switzerland, though we are going to push over here as well. Just mostly I want to. Okay, well, you can keep moving, but so we just saved, and that's sort of why I did that, because we're going to do it. And again, if you haven't already watched, and I know all the live people haven't because it hasn't been released, I go into a lengthy, oh, we want to upgrade Nord Division. Okay, good. A lengthy of why I declare war on, I'm declaring war on Switzerland. And look at some of the historical stuff. So go back and watch that, and there'll be a special episode marked. Probably it's like, oh well, now 3 or 4 days ago. We're just going to do conquer, not puppet. Puppet would have been an all right thing. Paratroopers airborne drop. I dropped in. We'll do Swiss in less than a week. Right. Okay. Well, he does Switzerland less than a week. Now all my paratroopers are well. There's one unit heading down, being strategically, or is heading down this way somewhere. All the rest are in Africa. Not that it's a bad idea to use them, but right. Okay. You come down, just occupy that. going to tell you, okay, 0 hours. That means you can go now, basically. See, we're hitting this province from 3 places. It is fortified. I just sort of moved everything here. Just, you know, that was down in the south. We're going to have to come across the river. For all of our command and control here. Wow, this is, oh, shit, this is like all, okay. No, there's, okay, good, there are some units still here. You know, you stop. Even though you don't have any river crossing, well, we're going to wait on that. Okay, now you have no engineers, but you do have special purpose armor. Now, we're going to attack here with these guys. Yes, Jaegers and mountain troopers. Partially, quite honestly, I guess I'm callous when it comes to my manpower, but partially just to get more experience here. Yep, Lum's getting visited. Otherwise, the AI for Italians will go mad. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you need to explain further what you mean by, maybe I did everything wrong, but mostly I want to conquer Switzerland so that all of these guys go somewhere else. You know, all these garrison troops. That's the main reason I'm doing this. Okay. Now that you're available. Okay, single engine fighter plane prototype. Very good. That now unlocks all of these, and we're going to do aero engine research. We're going to have advanced fighters. Operation Pastorius, one of our loyal where leaders and visions a very bold plan. Basically, what happens with oh, no, am I mistaken this for something else? American industrial base, in Japan, but for the notion that sustained war where there cannot be one due to their broad industrial bases by sabotaging Kita. No, okay, this is what basically they mess up. We'll do medium funding, I guess. We could rather not and presume that the going to fail historically. I don't know if it does. Hey, Nagaro. Different full wars, your allies will also be hold to where as limited or. I'm not worried about. Italy has plenty of forces here. They're already here. You can see. That is why I'm invading. So I don't worry about them coming in. Yes, we are doing. Yeah, doing it now. So if they want to come in here, that's fine. Okay, and we're already pushing. They're going just to occupy there. These guys I delayed so that they can push in fresh. Okay, pause. Yeah, Yep, they're doing that. They're just going to fry core. Captured equipment from North Africa. Yes, 99.1% maybe. We'll take the units. Supplies for Athena. Sure, go ahead. Mix support artillery. Grand battle plan artillery support. Yes. Fine. Now, yeah, there's a lot of captured British equipment. So, okay, so we have capture light vehicles and motorized support unit that's been supplied. Pulling out of units of North Africa. What do I care? I specifically timed it sort of this way is they don't need anybody in North Africa, not now. I mean, if the Americans show up and push into Vichy, sure, but they don't need any units here now. They're already heading out. Yeah, yeah, this is a non-issue at the moment. I hear you though, and if we were battling for Egypt or something, yes, that would be a serious issue, as it were. Okay, guys. It's too far back in that. Okay, you're here. There's the one in Athens. No, we're not seeing. Does he have too many? Oh, yes. Undo. Yeah, I already had that. Right, okay. There we go. Still too far away, but at least he's heading in the right direction, see? Okay, come to the ugly view. That is no infrastructure capable. Okay, oh, there, so there is, we can go down there. So, well, you can just attack from there, actually. Okay, I think we will... Assaulting Davos. Well, you know, let's move on Monstein up there, just to get frontline experience with all of these guys. You're not enough of an organization to do so. Let's push in towards 0 from there. Keep pushing from around here. Oh, see, like all these have got to go. And I think we can shut them off before they get started. So I don't have to like remove each and every one of them if I understand the coding right. Okay. We're not doing too many unnecessary attacks. Meaning just purely just to attack to attack. Infantry unit training, very nice. Well, yeah, for the fun of it, we'll do that. Or, yeah, we want to do that. Just checking. Is there a reason that yeah, there was actually a reason for going down to 7 brigades. The AI wasn't building 8 brigade units. The AI didn't do well switching from 7 to 8 brigades, at my understanding. And that's what caused. So instead of, and as we talked a little bit a long time ago, I want to make it, I want to make it 8 brigades from the beginning for a few nations. Not all nations, and we can talk, and I'm very willing to hear what others have to say. I mean, yes, I'm going to be the deciding factor, but because it is my mod, but Exergen is helping me a bit, and hopefully more in time in coming times. Getting some of TRE. We're just making a tour of bases, looking up airborne units. And put that yeah, willing to it's going to be my decision on what goes in, because it is like my mod, but very willing to have input from others and what they think of it. But yeah, 8 brigades is, what nation should get the tech to do it. But I want to put it in, I want to put the tech in from day one, not have it well, you've left this open, so you walk down there, you come down there, cut Geneva off. Armament research has advanced. That is here. We're going to move that over to here because we want that to be the advanced one. Yeah, I think it's mostly just the majors anyways. Yeah, I don't think Italy will get an 8 brigade unit, but I'm not sure on that. Just because sort of, not necessarily all that great in their divisions anyways. Okay, you can come here. Okay. Just get a little more frontline experience, guys, hopefully without shattering your units. Okay, these units not doing anything. Well, I think this should be it. So did that take more than a week? I don't know. When did September 7th? Just because Exergen was saying with paratroopers jumping into the rear where they were undefended. Don't know that we needed it. We didn't need to do this attack. That was more just for the fun of it. Just spearhead into there. Now, we're getting more research. Okay, what would happen if we had TRE as a the mod, and if we if we had supported the Swiss Nazis? What would have happened is upon getting this, I think it's these four, maybe it's more, it's been a long time since I've coded it, would actually become direct German territory with cores on them. You would actually have cores. I evaluated these as the most German places. But maybe it's a couple others. I'm not sure. 2 or 3 provinces would go to Italy if Italy had supported the Italian fascists. And so you could, direct annex, get cores in some areas, just cores in some areas. And then you would get a Swiss SS Mountain unit eventually. That is a fictitious one because obviously it didn't exist. A mountain division. There were Swiss volunteers in the SS, yes, but there was no division. So that was a fantasy unit. So that's basically what would have happened had we had TRE installed. Just for everybody to have fun knowing what would have happened. Okay, well, you guys. Oh, we can't. Oh, let's look at infrastructure. Okay, this is black because we can't see it. This is black because we can, and it can't go there. Okay, well, I'm not going to add the Nile into any of these battles here. So these guys are having a bit of trouble. So we're not going to hit them from another flank. So what we're going to do, I guess, is... Can we come down? Nope. 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 Okay, these guys I think are getting... Can they come there? Nope. Nope. You can just test. I mean, some of these I should know better, but I mean, just want to make sure. Okay, so this is... we've already got these guys cut off. You just support that. I don't need to get in deeper into Africa. Just and yes, this was obviously this Tannenberg was just throw more units than necessary at the project. Okay, because of occupying Switzerland, we have more research and leadership available. Okay, diplomacy. Well, I think we will continue there. Right. Now, huh? Did I somehow F this up and declare war? Did I hit the wrong button there? Well, guys, I'm gonna have to research this because okay, well, I'm going to go back and take a look at this. So we're going to end this episode here. If they've just somehow joined the allies, okay, but if I hit the wrong button, I'm going to replay that back to whatever. Okay, thank you all. Switzerland is done. Yeah, we'll see. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.